keep going. So the first string folded in half is the length of whatever you want it to be. So I'm going to cut this, and that's big enough for a bracelet. I make it a little extra long just so I'll know. So that's the first string folded in half. The second string has to be about 3 to 4 times longer than that one, so it's kind of obnoxiously long. But this string is going to stay the same. It's not going to move. And the second string, the long one, is the one we tie the knots with, and so that's why it has to be extra long. So I'm going to cut a really long one, and I'm going to put it together. Put both these strings together at the halfway point. So here's my second string folded in half, really long. Here's my first string folded in half, the length of whatever I want my object to be. So now I've put them both together, and I want to be able to wear this, so I want to loop at the top. So all you're doing is doing a simple knot at the top. So I'm holding this loop. Are you ready? And all I'm going to do is wrap it around my finger like that, tuck it under. Now I don't want it to be a big loop, so I push the knot up. Like a balloon, yeah. And so now I have a pretty small loop at the top. Okay? So now I'm going to tape it out in front of me with masking tape or whatever. Some people take a safety pin and safety pin it to their legs, but I like it out in front of me. So I'm going to tape the actual loop and knot down. Really good because you don't want it to move. And I'm going to also tape down, let me get all these there we go. I'm also going to tape down the 2 short ones because remember they don't move at all, they stay consistent. Okay, so I have 2 strings. The first one folded in half is the length of whatever I'm going to make. The second string folded in half is way longer because this is the one we're going to tie knots with. I made the loop at the top so I can actually wear it when I'm done. I taped it down here and the short strings down. Now we're ready to learn how to actually do the macrame. And I showed them 2 different kinds. And the first one is probably the easiest to start with. It's the one that twists. Twist, twist, twist. And the reason it's easier is because you make your knot from the same side every time. So it's kind of a gross reference, but I use a butt cheek as a reference, okay? So I make half of a little butt cheek there. And I hold my finger on it like this. Now, with the other string, I'm going to lay it over top, and I take the end of it, and it just kind of naturally lays over top. With the end of it, on the same side, I come underneath the 2 in the middle and out this side. Now, if you didn't get it, that's okay. And don't ever tie a knot until you've completed a complete rear end. See a little cheek crack? So if you get that completed shape, you'll know that you've done it correctly. So then you pull it all the way up to the top. Okay, please turn that down. I'm making a video. Okay, so now the second one. We're doing the same thing. We wanted a twisted one, so we do the knots from the same side every time. So some people say you make a number 4, and you could have started on the other side. It depends, whatever you want. So now I'm going to make sure the other string lays over top. I take the other end, go up through here, and pull until I have a completed rear end, cheek crack. Pull it all the way up. Now because I keep coming from the same side over and over again, my bracelet or necklace gets dizzy and it starts to twist because it's like same side over and over again. So if I was doing a flat one the other way, I would start on the left, I would make my knot, and then the next time I would start on the right, and then I would go left and then right. Does that kind of make sense? I can leave this one here for you all to practice with again, but I'll show you one more time. Make half your thing, you hold it there. You take your other string, and you can see it kind of naturally lays on top. Take the end of it, go underneath the 2 in the middle, and out this side, until you have that completed shape. So don't make a knot until you have that right there. If you have that, then you can pull it all the way up. Now eventually you may want to put beads on it, but I would macrame down at least to, say, the middle, because this is the part where you connect it underneath, and you don't want a bead under there where it would hurt. If you're ready for a bead, you pull the tape up, you slide a bead on, pretend it's sliding up there, you tape it back down, and you just keep macrameing as if nothing ever happened. Does that make sense? Okay. I'll help you cut your string.